We look like cranberries.
Yeah, we do.
Two little cranberries.
Yeah, we look like cranberries for Christmas. Welcome to the MP podcast. I'm Lincoln.
I'm Abamba.
Abamba, what's going on?
Chilling.
Yeah.
We almost died coming to work.
Yeah, I know. It's today. It's not the first day of winter, but it's the first time that it's decided to actually really snow.
Yeah.
In Calgary, and I saw House of Gucci.
Yes. Yeah.
It's not Oscar worthy. Did you see it?
I haven't seen it. No.
It's not Oscar worthy.
I've heard a lot of bad things, but like we've talked in the past on the podcast about, critics and stuff were a little bit weary of their thoughts. So yeah. I'm more interested in how you feel because I trust your opinion. So
I don't want to talk about it too long. Jared Leto is comedy gold in it because his character is just so ridiculous.
Outlandish. Yeah.
Oh my God. It's beyond. It's like we've never seen him play a character like this.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Gaga's accent kind of goes from Russian to Italian to whatever she wants it to be. And it's not just her. Everybody's accents are all over the place. Okay. Like I said, it's not Oscar worthy. I mean, I still had some fun watching it. It's really long.
Yeah.
It's 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Oh my God.
And
jeepers.
I knew nothing about it, but apparently it's about his death or whatever. Yeah, that takes up like 5 minutes of the movie.
Oh.
So it's yeah.
It's like all build up.
Yeah.
All build up.
So I just wanted to get that out of the way. We saw it at there's a new VIP theater in Calgary.
Okay. Oh yeah, right.
In the University District that they opened. Really nice theater.
Yep.
The last 2 times that I've been to the VIP theater, specifically where you sit at your chair and you order food,
yeah,
I have left with a horrible, horrible, horrible stomach ache. Ooh. Like to the point where, like I've almost shit myself on the way home.
Jeez,
yeah,
that's serious.
Horrible. So
what was the first time?
What do you mean?
When was the first time that you had this happen to you? Was that obviously at a different?
It was pre-pandemic.
Oh yeah, okay,
at Seton.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Because the only other VIP theater in Calgary.
I don't know. I've never been to either one of them,
Fair enough.
I didn't even know they existed until I saw on social media that they were like a thing.
Yeah, fair enough. So I went to Seton, and I think I saw like Alita Battle Angel.
It's
or
funny,
something.
I call it Seton whenever I see it. I'm like Seton. Anyways, yeah.
So that one was really bad. That was a really bad.
So this
experience.
is from food that you're ordering from these places.
Krista's convinced it's the popcorn.
Oh.
But I'm not really sure what it, because I mean, I just had like chicken. I had chicken wings. So it's like, that's not going to give me a stomach ache.
Right.
And I'm trying to remember, I think I had the same thing. So it's possible that it is their chicken, but they're essentially chicken, because I ordered boneless wings. They're essentially chicken tenders. Wound up being a very unpleasant experience both times, so I probably won't be ordering food.
Did you miss any of the movie because of it?
No.
Okay.
No. It's like I stand up and I leave and we're driving home, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh.
You're like, take the wheel.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm going to shit myself on the way home. This is great.
Oh, no. I did want to say something quickly about House of Gucci because I read an article about Patricia Reggiani or Rigatoni or whatever her name is.
You can call me Gucci.
Gucci.
That's
Father, son, house of Gucci.
But yeah, Patricia.
So she went to prison in 1997. She went to prison with an emotional support ferret.
Really?
Yeah. So she went to prison with a ferret that she needed for emotional support.
They don't mention that in the movie
So
at all.
the ferret's name was Bambi.
Okay.
And it sadly died when another prisoner sat on him.
Oh, no.
But the other thing, too, was in 2014, while she was out on a day pass. So I guess they gave her a lot of day passes. Like she had, from the article that I read from people who were in prison with her, she got treated like so different from everybody else. She had tons of different things in her cell. She was allowed to have a radio. She had like pens, papers, like pens they don't let you have because you can kill people with them. She was allowed unlimited access out to the yard. So she would wake up, have breakfast, go out to the yard, suntan in the yard while everyone else is in prison. Anyway, so in 2014, she was out on a day pass and she attended the Gucci preview of their 2014 handbag collection.
No way.
She attended with her macaw parrot named Bo on her shoulder. And there's pictures of her walking into the Gucci head office with this giant parrot on her shoulder, getting ready to go look at the new Gucci handbags.
It's incredible that Gucci as a company would even want to be associated with her.
Yeah. She was invited.
That's insane.
Yeah. Anyways, and the last thing I wanted to say that I thought was funny was that she was offered a way to get out of prison early. So she got out in I can't remember. She's out or whatever. But they were like, we'll let you out in 2011 if you do a day work program. And she's like, I've never worked a day in my life. There's no way I'm going to start right now. So she's like, they offered her an early out if she just did some work while she was in prison. She's like, no, I'll just stay the whole time. It's fine.
Like, I'll just I'm going to suntan. I'm going to hang out with my
listen to my radio.
My parrot. Now so it's like she had like the rhyming animals. She went from the ferret to the parrot.
Yeah. Anyways, I read that. I just wanted to bring that up because I thought it was funny.
No, that's fair. I wanted for the movie. You've seen I, Tonya?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I, Tonya is an unreal movie, and
great.
in terms of like a real story being told, that movie is like next level crazy in terms of the way it's shot, edited, blah blah blah. I was kind of hoping for like I, Tonya level crazy,
right,
for this movie.
Right.
That's not what we got.
Got you.
So,
I still want to see it, but yeah.
You should. Well, I'm not saying you shouldn't.
No, I know.
I
I'm just saying I still want to see it. So
but that's the thing. It's not a bad movie. It's just really long.
Yeah,
and
longer than it should be.
It's longer than it should be, and like the performances are still good. It's just like it's worth it to see Jared Leto alone.
Yeah, that's fair. Apparently, the character that he plays was actually kind of like a really outlandish guy. I don't know to what extent, like being portrayed by Jared Leto, he captured that. But apparently, from everybody who knew that actual person that he played, was that he was a bit of a kook. So,
I believe it. So and apparently, he died like homeless.
Oh,
yeah, like he like he was part of the Gucci family.
Yeah, what was his role? Can you just briefly describe what he did?
So, well, he's the son of one of the. So there was like the two dads.
Yeah,
were like the heads of the Gucci family. So Al Pacino plays the one, and then Jeremy Irons plays the other one. So Jeremy Irons' character gets sick and dies first.
You see him briefly in the trailer, very briefly.
Yeah, he's in the movie. Like he's Adam Driver's dad.
Yeah,
and Adam Driver wants to marry Gaga, and he's not happy about that because he's like she's like a truck driver's daughter or whatever. Like she's not classy enough. Yeah, she's not high class. So Adam Driver's like, I don't care. So he like renounces essentially his Gucciism and
gives up the throne to go marry.
And then Jared Leto is Al Pacino's son, and he's kind of the black sheep of the family, where everybody's like, your son's an idiot, and he's like, even Al Pacino the whole time is just like, my son is an idiot, and he's not gonna carry the Gucci, like he's not gonna continue the Gucci family. Like,
right.
And so
that's funny.
There's a few really good moments between Jared Leto and Al Pacino that are like I was the only one laughing in the theater, but it was really funny.
Yeah.
And yeah, Al Pacino's like essentially screaming at Jared Leto, and it's a whole, like I said, it's comedy gold because the best article thing I saw about that was somebody was like, yeah, he's basically doing a bad Mario Brother impression, and it's pretty accurate to a degree. Because like, yeah, I don't know. You have to see it.
He gets cast in the new movie with Chris Pratt.
Well, that's the thing. Now that I've seen this, I'm kind of like, well, I would be okay with Jared Leto taking Chris Pratt's spot because I don't think Chris Pratt's going to do a good job, but that's a whole other thing.
Did I tell you that I read an article that the director was like, just so you guys know, Chris Pratt is not doing the original like Mario voice.
Yeah, he said, I think I know what you're talking about. The headline was something along the lines of like, he's come up with his own. Yeah, he's come up with his own thing, and it's like, we fully support it, and it's going to be great. It's going to be great. Yes. It's like, I think every single person in the world that knows Mario is going to look at that and go, Yeah, no, that's not what we want at all.
It worried me so much more when someone has to come out and say, hey, he's not doing this and we support him. I'm worried. But we'll see.
Well, whatever.
Yeah,
it is what it is. What it is. You got Oreos on the table.
Yeah.
What's this? What's this all about?
So I saw TikTok this past weekend.
Okay.
And apparently it's a fire recipe if you dip your Oreos in this.
Okay. So you made something.
I didn't make it.
Oh.
I saw on TikTok that people were eating this and being like, this is really good.
Oh, so you bought something and I have to dip an Oreo in it.
I'm going to do it with you.
Okay.
I haven't done it yet. So let's do it.
Okay. Show me
What do you think it is?
Hummus.
Okay, that's fair.
Like, I'm assuming if it's a TikTok thing, it's super weird. It's either like hummus or it's like a French onion like chip dip.
Yeah.
What is it? Oh, it's sour cream.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? Underwhelming, but still surprising.
Not underwhelming. It's still very weird.
So apparently this is good. So we're going to see if it's good.
Okay. You first.
You and me are the Oreo guys. So
Yeah, we like Oreos. Okay. Let's try this.
So I was like, okay. So I saw a video. The guy was like, there's no way this is fire. This is no way this is fire. And then he eats it. He's like, this is good. So I was like, okay. Cheers. It's not terrible. I mean, obviously, if it was French onion dip, it would. It's actually really good. I'm surprised.
I'm going to say I'm not surprised that was really good. Because once you get through the sour cream bit to like the sugary, like cream filling of the Oreo, and it kind of all mixes together, it's actually quite delicious.
Good, eh?
Yeah, that is good. I mean,
It gives me, and I know you don't like cheesecake, it gives me Oreo cheesecake vibes.
Yep.
Because you get that sour, and then you get the sweet after, and it's kind
but
of
I like that because
different texture.
Exactly. So I bet you could probably take Oreos, take a little dollop of cream cheese and just swipe it on there.
Oh, yeah.
And make like a plate of
yeah.
cream cheese Oreos. Oh, I bet people would love that.
Or even like sour cream, a little bit of sour cream, a little bit of cream cheese. Like if you did a double whammy, that would be really good.
I would prefer the sour cream over the.
That was good.
I like sour cream. I don't like cream cheese.
I don't really like cream cheese
Not a big cream cheese fan. That's dope.
That's not bad.
Nice pull on that one
Yeah,
for sure.
thanks. I thought we'd try it. Be something interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So something that I did want to bring up that I thought was interesting was obviously we haven't like talked about the whole Alec Baldwin thing.
No, we haven't talked about it at all.
And that's, I mean, a little bit surprising not just for the simple fact that you've worked on movie sets before. You've worked around guns on movie sets before when you worked on Hell on Wheels and stuff, right? So I read an article, and I don't know if you did too, but basically in the interview that he had with what's his face from whatever 2020 or Dateline or
60
whatever,
Minutes?
60 Minutes, yeah. They're all the same show to me.
Charlie Rose?
Where he says that he never pulled the trigger.
Okay, so
He's like, I would never point a gun at someone and then pull the trigger. And I was like,
yeah, I saw that.
I don't know about that.
I haven't read into deep into that part of it because like the problem with the whole situation is that it's just negligence all the way around.
Totally.
And it came at a really bad time because IATSE, I think they still are, or they were at the time in the middle of their like threatening to have everybody strike.
Right.
In all the unions, like, and I believe it was the U.S. I think Canada was involved in that as well. I'm not 100% sure. But essentially, all IATSE workers are going to walk off the job if their contract negotiations were essentially not, or their
like moving forward, or if
their contract demands essentially weren't heard.
Right.
Because the working conditions on film sets a lot of the times and in a lot of ways are kind of crappy. A lot of people do enjoy doing that kind of lifestyle, but I don't know if it's kind of like that's what they're used to, and like that's what they, you know what I mean? Like they're kind of, this is what they're accustomed to.
Right.
I remember I did one day on Fargo season 2, and it was a 17-hour day. So we started in the dark and we ended in the, because it was like, I want to say it was like March, like, so like the days were still pretty short in terms of sunlight, and we were out in Bragg Creek, and I mean, I got home and I was just like, my body was just like shaking, because it was like, I wasn't like, you're on your feet the whole time, like it's very rare that you get to sit down at all. So especially on a Christopher Nolan set, nobody sits down. But it's just like, I mean, in a lot of ways, I get that time is money when it comes to film sets. Time is money. You know, so their producers are trying to, producers and filmmakers and everybody's just trying to, you know, not burn as much money as possible. And I mean, for the producing side of it, I completely understand. They're trying not to burn their entire budget, you know, as quickly as possible. Yeah. They're trying to save money wherever they can. Unfortunately, the people that affects are the bottom line. Right. So you have your PAs that are working longer than everybody. You have locations that are working longer than everybody, because they're the ones showing up before everybody gets there to set up, put out cones so that people know where to park and where to turn. Right. And they're leaving after everybody's gone home. Yeah. Because they're cleaning up all the garbage. Right. So, like, you know, you got PAs that are working like 20 plus hours a day. Going home, they've got like 2, 3, 4 hours to sleep. And then they got to turn around and do it again. Right. And they're not getting paid like rock money. Right. You know what I mean? They're getting paid like, in some cases, they're getting paid like minimum wage, like $15 an hour to do this. So other areas that, you know, on some sets they get cut. Unfortunately, on that particular set, the I believe it was the armorer was just something that they didn't like. You're shooting a Western. There's going to be prop guns in it. There's going to be, you know, blanks. There's going to be all that shit, and they just didn't put the resources that they should have into the armorer for that film. Mm-hmm. And I mean, look what happened. Yeah. The director got wounded. The DOP died. Mm-hmm. That poor woman, woman for sure, was like she was like an absolute like powerhouse when it came to, yeah, she was an absolute powerhouse. And like, she died way too young. Oh my God. for no other reason than somebody just didn't do their job, completely fucked up. And if Alec Baldwin is just trying to save his own hide by saying, I didn't pull the trigger, like, that kind of sucks. If it's a case where the gun did just accidentally go off, we don't know. We weren't there. We cannot. We can only speculate. Mm-hmm. If that's the case, like the gun did actually just accidentally go off, I feel for the guy. I feel for the guy. And I do. Part of me does feel for Alec Baldwin no matter what, because he's now, like, he killed someone. Uh-huh. He killed someone. Mm-hmm. And I can't imagine what that must feel like. Go ahead.
So this might change your idea about it, because it changed my idea about it. Because when I heard him say that he pointed the gun and that he didn't pull the trigger and that he would never pull the trigger, okay. Yep. I'm willing to let that go and be like, okay, fine. I've heard multiple times of guns randomly going off. But the FBI, when they came in and did a search, they found multiple live rounds mixed in with all the blanks. So it was like somebody almost sabotaged it, is kind of where they were leading what I was listening to. The other thing that really bothered me, and this is the thing that changed my mind about Alec, was that in the interview, he was like, do you feel bad? And he said, I do not feel bad because I did nothing wrong. And right then and there, I was like, okay, even if I pointed a gun at you and didn't pull the trigger and I killed you, I would still feel bad. Even if I didn't do it intentionally, even by the fact that I did it by an accident or some action that I took ended up in a result of someone being injured or killed, I would still feel bad. And I would express that in an interview to the public. I would be like, I did not mean to obviously kill her. Yes, something happened and I feel terrible.
Did you see a video of him saying this?
Yeah, it's like a video of him being like,
brutal.
because they ask him the question. They're like, okay, so after all of this, like, you know, do you feel bad? And he's like, I don't feel bad. Because of, I did nothing wrong. And I was just like, you know,
that's that kind
like,
of thing.
That's harsh.
That would plague me until the day I die.
100%. Yes.
So I don't know if it's like he's just trying to like, I don't know if that's him like trying to like get over it himself, where he's just like, look, I can't take responsibility because the universe put that gun in my hand and put that bullet in. Like, I don't know. That does change it a little bit for me, because I figured, yeah, you're right. I'm in the same boat as, I'm in the same boat as you. If I was, because he's, whether or not he feels that he's directly responsible, he was responsible for that woman's death because he was holding the gun. Granted, yeah, as an actor, it's not your responsibility to make sure that there wasn't a live round put in your gun.
Right. And he can't know that or check for that.
Right.
Yeah. And also not his job.
Exactly. Well, that's the whole point. That's not his job. Okay, well.
And that's fine. I can totally go there. Yep.
He's still the one holding it. And I get where he's kind of like, I understand how he's trying to, he's divorcing the two, where it's just like, that was putting the gun in my hand, putting the round in the gun is not my job. So therefore, the person putting the gun in my hand for make believe in this movie, they're the ones that are responsible, which they are. And they're already being held responsible for the death of that woman.
Yep.
It sucks that he's like the intermediary between the two.
She's almost the vessel.
Yeah, he's the vessel. The other thing that's that you mentioned that's kind of scary is the fact that they found more live rounds mixed in with.
Yeah.
This reeks of, like, you remember when Brandon Lee died?
Yeah.
So Brandon Lee wasn't killed by a live round. Brandon Lee,
squib, or what are they called?
It wasn't. No, squibs are when they're attached to you.
Right.
Brandon Lee was killed by essentially they were they had a prop gun that had been fired, and what they were firing were essentially blanks. But a piece of the bullet or a piece of something got lodged in the barrel of the gun. So when they and that whole scenario with Brandon,
didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a live round.
No.
Oh, okay.
So this is exactly why we get to now. Because of Brandon Lee's death, there were
they implemented all these rules and stuff. I remember,
like, you have to check the barrel. Like, everything about the gun has to be checked before it is pointed at anybody and shot. It has
to go through a certain amount of hands, they said.
This is exactly. Yeah. So when they loaded a blank into that gun and it was fired at Brandon Lee, the piece that was lodged or stuck in the barrel became unlodged and basically shot
like a projectile.
Him. Then. Oh, shot him and killed him. So because of that, right? Rules are. It's sad that, like, it takes incidents like this, to like, to make the rules up or to make the proper guidelines. I mean, it's been a long time since. I mean, it's been a long time since somebody's been shot on a film set.
Yep.
I know that there's probably been. I can't remember off the top of my head. I would have to Google it.
It's all good.
But there's definitely, there's probably been people shot on film sets since Brandon Lee.
I think there has been, because they mentioned it, but they didn't die.
Yeah.
Or there have been accidents.
There have been, right. There's accidents. Accidents happen.
Yep.
But there's people now lobbying for, like, there should be no guns on film sets at all. And like this, and it's like, okay, like, that's not going to fly, because yes, there needs to be tougher, like, they need to absolutely make sure that they're adhering to the rules, because that accident is pure negligence.
Yes.
I don't want to go on about this all day.
No, it's all good.
The Alec Baldwin thing is just pure negligence, and that's why I was talking about the IATSE thing, because this is why the IATSE workers are calling for better working conditions, and they're calling for better shorter working hours where it's like, okay, well, maybe we work a 10-hour day instead of like a 17, 18, 19, 20-hour day, because
it's almost like slavery.
Well, it just
you're getting paid, but it just is insane.
And they get paid really well, and they get paid weekly too, which is really, when you get, that was the one thing I love about film, is you get to every single Friday and you got a paycheck in your hand, and
that's sick.
It was all the paycheck that I had in my hand after 1 week of work was always more than any other job I worked.
And more fun.
2 weeks,
but the most difficult at the same time. I remember you telling me stories of when you were working on Hell on Wheels, standing in mud and being cold and having sand blown in your face while you're trying to hold stuff up and trying to find things.
Well, I would never trade that experience for anything.
No, but
you're right.
When you're telling someone on the outside about what you're dealing with at work,
was a lot
I'm like, that doesn't sound fun as much as your job is.
No, that's fair. There were a lot of reasons why that set wasn't fun, but there was also like more reasons why it was.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
And like, I mean, so it's you're also dealing with like, when you're working on like a big production, you're working with big personalities. You're working with people that want things a certain way. You're working with very particular people, especially like Christopher Nolan's been here a couple times. Okay, like he shot Interstellar, a piece of Interstellar out just outside of Calgary, and then he shot a piece of Inception out at Fortress Mountain.
Oh yeah, right.
Both
the snow scene, right?
Everybody that I know that has worked with Christopher Nolan and worked on those movies and stuff, he's incredibly particular about his movies, and like he's the guy that like is infamous for like Quentin Tarantino is the infamous for like no phones on set. Nolan is infamous for no sitting on set. Like all the directors are like infamous for something. But Nolan is the dude who's like in the shit with everybody. Like when they're huffing gear up Fortress Mountain, there's Christopher Nolan pulling a cart behind him.
Badass.
And like people going to him going like, dude, like, please let me take that from you. And he's like, no, fuck off. Like,
that's good. I respect that. I can respect that.
So it's, you know what I mean? So it's like I've worked. I didn't work for Nolan in particular, but like people told me that story where I was like, it's those kind of people, like no matter how particular they are, no matter how long they make you work, no matter how hard they make you work, if they're in the shit doing it with you, it makes you want to work harder.
Totally.
Because you're like, oh shit, if he's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's doing more than he should be doing.
Right. So
which is like setting the example for everyone else.
But at the same time, there still needs to be this modicum of like respect for the bottom line, where it's like, okay, maybe a 10-hour day is probably where we cap it.
Right.
Because like you start getting into like that one day I worked, that 17-hour day on Fargo. Well, we went into like triple overtime.
Right.
My check for that one day was huge.
Right.
And I was like, when I saw that after even like after taxes, I was like, that's like the most money I've ever made in one day.
Right. And you didn't have to get naked.
Yeah, it was amazing. And so you're happy about that, but at the end of the day, when you're like coming home and you're like shivering and like convulsing, and you need to like get in the shower just to like, if I had to do that every single day,
it's gonna wear on you.
It would. And I know people that it's worn down. Mm-hmm. I know people that have left the film industry because they're just like, I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
So maybe they cap it at 10 hours, and then it's like, all right. And then you kind of preserve that longevity of it, because at the end of the day, it's like my boss one time I dropped a piece of dolly track on my thumb, and I split my thumb open and I was bleeding all over the place, and I just ignored it. And it was also pouring rain. We were like huffing through the mud. We were in this like cemetery scene. So we're trying to put dolly track through so they can do this move through the cemetery while people are like walking through the cemetery. So we're trying to lay this dolly track. It's pouring rain. We're covered in mud. We're soaked. My thumb is now bleeding all over the place. And my boss just looks at me. He's like, dude, just go to the first aid tent. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm just like, I'm pissed off. Like, I'm just like, let's just get this done.
Yeah.
Because I'm mad that I've hurt myself.
Yeah.
And the best boy looks at me and she's like, go. And I'm like, oh. So I get up and I like storm away. And they've got, a few people, and they just do it. And then I go to the first aid tent. They kind of, bandage me up or whatever, and like clean it up, disinfect it, because like they don't want me to lose my thumb.
Yeah, of course.
For this job, and I go back and like
especially your thumb.
I go back and they're in the middle of the scene, and because they built the track, they're shooting it. So like usually a lot of film sets are hurry up and wait too. So like you do stuff.
Classic.
Yeah. So you do stuff and then you wait for them to shoot stuff and then you tear stuff down.
Right.
Or set stuff up or whatever. So my boss comes over to me and he's just like, hey man, he's like, I understand. He's like, he's like, I appreciate like the work ethic and the drive there, but he's like, at the end of the day, he's like, if you hurt yourself, like just go take care of it, because it's not worth it's not worth like hurting. This job is not worth hurt, because all we're doing, he's like, we're not saving lives. We're making pretend.
Yeah. We're
making TV. That's all we're doing. And ever since that, I was kind of like, okay, I get it.
Put it in perspective.
It puts it in perspective, and and you know, when it's your boss telling you, where he's like, "Look, I appreciate the effort, but like, if you hurt yourself, dude, go get cleaned up."
Yeah.
Because like we can figure it out. So it's. I think the industry needs a little bit more of that, where it's like you're making. I mean, the pandemic's really screwed things up too, where it's like everybody was at home and everybody watched everything. So now Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, everybody just wants content. They all want content. YouTube, everybody just wants content. So the need for content goes up. So people start working more hours, right? So it's just like, it kind of goes hand in hand, and it's just this unfortunate thing where like when you go home, what do? You probably put on the TV for the most part, and you watch stuff.
I'm either playing games or I'm watching stuff. There's nothing else going on. I'm not reading a book. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. Well, for me, I got to start reading more books or listening to audiobooks or something, because like I probably watch too much TV, and it's just at a certain point when we were younger, when there was less TV and movies to watch.
Yeah.
I read more books, and now that there's too much stuff to watch. There's too much.
Yep.
And so now we've just kind of hit this point where it's like, okay, you actually have to like, you probably have to break away from. I know for me, I have to break away from it a little bit.
Yeah, that's fair.
I know I won't, but I'm gonna try.
I definitely ain't gonna be reading more. So,
but yeah, I don't know. That's my long diatribe on the whole Alec Baldwin thing. It's really, really, really sad.
I just feel so bad for her and her family.
Well, and there's the other, I don't know if you know about the other one, that poor, I can't remember her name off the top of my head. I think it's Sarah. But that movie that was shooting, where they were shooting on railroad tracks, they didn't have a permit to be there. They put this like bed, because it was supposed to be a dream sequence on this railroad tracks on a bridge over water. So they've put this bed and bed frame, like wire bed frame, on railroad tracks that they were told were not live, which were live. People were like down the bridge where you either have to jump off or run back to land. And what ended up happening is a train was barreling towards them. So everybody had to get off the tracks. And while they were running, this poor girl got hit by the train and died. She was like a camera assistant, or she was an AC of some sort. And
my God,
the director's in jail. I think the producers of the movie are in jail. Like, it was criminal. There was criminal negligence there. In this case, I don't think Alec Baldwin will be found criminally negligent. No. I think the armorer will be found criminally negligent. I don't think the director will be found criminally negligent, because he also got injured.
Yep.
But I feel like some of the producers will be found criminally negligent in that case as well. And if they're not, the whole system's rigged, because it's the producer's fault that resources in that regard were, because if it's unfortunate, because the person acting as the armorer on that set, I don't even think they were a proper armorer.
No, well, the whole story about that was that the armorer that was working on it originally was like a really well-known, really like has done a lot of movies, blah, blah, blah. She ended up leaving for some reason. And then this young girl took over and they were like, are you good? She was like, oh yeah, I'm good. And they were like, are you sure? And she's like, yeah. But this was like her first time being the full-time in charge armorer.
Yes. And she's saying yes, because she's being given an opportunity.
Oh, yeah, which everyone
and
would
she
take.
doesn't want to say no.
Yeah.
Because in that industry, when you say no, they're going to go find somebody else, and then you're just going to get cast aside. You're either going to get fired or you're going to get you're just going to get.
And that's not justifying what she did.
No.
But I do at the same time understand.
I feel so bad for that girl because she was all she was trying to do was further her own career.
Yep.
That's all she was trying to do. She wasn't trying to get anyone killed.
Right.
The fact that there's live rounds in that box of blanks, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just crazy. So
Anyway,
we'll
let's
see
move
how
on.
it develops. Yeah, I have two quick movie things to talk about while we're talking about movies.
It's the Film Industry Podcast.
While we're a little bit sad, I wanted to make you feel
better,
a little bit sad for a millisecond, which was that this past week marks 8 years since Mr. Paul Walker died.
No.
8 years.
It's been 8 years.
That was mind-blowing to me when I read that.
Well, I mean, we are
it-
at Fast and Furious
If you
20
think
already.
about it, sure. But in the offset, when you first read that, I'm like, it feels like 4 years ago.
No.
3-4 years ago
Well,
for me. Just in my mind when you think about it quickly.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, that is 8 years makes sense.
So crazy though, dude. It does not feel like 8 years to me. But
Well, did you see Fast 9?
I haven't seen it yet, no.
So, and of course the internet goes out and I can't. His character's in it. You don't see him, but like they reference Brian. And one of the, I don't know if it's an after credit thing or whatever, but his car pulls up at the Toretto house that's being rebuilt at the very end of the movie, and you're like, oh shit. So I believe Fast 10 is going to be the last one. Like I think they're making 10 and then they're just calling it. Which the fact that the Fast and Furious series ever got to 10 movies is so funny.
No one could have seen that. No one could have seen
When I saw the first one when I was a kid,
there's
no part of me that ever thought, oh yeah, this is going to go to 10 movies.
No, not a chance.
This is, and the naming scheme is going to get ridiculous.
Man.
They know, the producers, everybody involved in that series, they're in on the joke.
Oh,
That's
for sure.
why they put them in space.
Yeah.
They literally put them in space in this movie. They're in on the joke now.
It's pretty funny.
Do you want to hear something more sad?
Yes.
Not that this is like...
This is the sad podcast
This isn't...
today.
Yeah, it's real sad. Not that this is recent, but like Ryan Dunn.
Oh.
10 years ago.
Oh, wow.
10 years ago. How crazy. I'll never forget that day.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But like 10 years ago, Ryan Dunn died.
Yeah, that's
because it was
crazy.
Ryan Dunn that crashed his Porsche.
Yep.
And then 2 years later would have been Paul Walker crashed his Porsche.
Well, I remember when Paul Walker died, they referenced the Ryan Dunn tragedy and death and accident in reference to Paul Walker.
Right.
And just how similar, obviously, they were.
Also, wasn't Paul Walker in like 6 of the Fast and Furious movies?
I would say
before
about
he
that,
died?
5 at least.
Oh, no, I think they were in the middle of making 6 when he died.
Because at the end, it's like a CGI him, remember?
Yeah.
And then that stupid song that was like so popular forever.
It's been a long day without you, my friend. And I'll tell you all about it.
Oh, wow. Wow. Hitting those notes.
My coffee got caught in my throat.
Tell you all about it.
When I see you again. I'm interested. I want to see how many of them he was in before he died. Because he was in 7 of them.
Oh, okay. So it was the end of the 7th one where it was like the beach scene and they're driving.
Wait, he died. Because that came out in 2015. Because they were shooting it in 13. That makes sense. Mm-hmm. They were shooting it in 13, and then they took like a 9.
What are we
he
gonna
died.
do?
They took a 9-month hiatus, and then they put the movie out in 2015. That's
They're
right.
like, what are we
Okay.
gonna do?
I had an interesting idea. I have a couple. I know you got a couple more things.
No,
I
it's
had
all
an
good,
interesting
yeah.
idea. So for the podcast,
Okay.
not next week.
Okay.
The week after is
Which
our
is
last one.
Yeah.
Last
before
one for the
Christmas.
year.
Yeah.
I believe that I want
For
to
Christmas. Happy Chrysler.
Christmas the 20th.
Happy Chrysler.
Because we're not doing one on the 27th. So December 20th. I thought it would be funny if you and I did a small gift exchange
Okay.
on the podcast.
Sure.
So it doesn't have to, and I'm not saying a good present. I'm saying we find something weird or stupid or something to give each other on the podcast that we would probably make us laugh.
Okay.
I think that's a good idea. So you got 2 weeks.
Okay.
I got 2 weeks.
Is there like a price in mind, or it doesn't matter? You just want it to be more.
I want you to spend $1,000 on me.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's just go no price. I mean, I trust you. Don't spend a ton. I won't spend a ton. But
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah.
I find sometimes when you put a limit on the amount, it can be be too limiting because you're like, well, but this is so I just
like
say
office
no.
holiday parties that are like, yeah, bring a.
Or like $20. It's like, what am I going to find for $20?
What do they call that game? White Elephant or whatever they call it, where it's like the gift exchange. Is that what it's called?
White Elephant. I've never heard of that.
Oh, really? It's
like Secret Santa, yeah, but not White Elephant.
no, it's a White Elephant gift exchange. So essentially,
what does an elephant
everybody
have to do with Christmas?
I don't know. I don't know why they call it a white or Yankee Swap. Dirty Santa. Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What did you call me? Those sound like sex moves.
I know.
I took her home and gave her the.
So, the term white elephant refers to an extravagant and practical gift that cannot be easily disposed of. So, have you never played this where you like buy something like you go to like people go to like dollar store, they go to like somewhere, they buy a gift that typically in like the $20 range.
Okay.
That is so like ridiculous. Everybody brings one gift. They don't buy it for somebody specific. They buy and then they put them all in a pile, right? And then you have and then everybody goes and picks a present and you don't unwrap it.
I've seen it. Oh, you don't okay, keep going.
Well, there's different variations. Some people
So I've seen the unwrap and then you can take someone else's.
Yes. So I've seen it where you don't unwrap. You don't unwrap the present. You just go and pick up one that you think looks interesting,
Right.
and then the next person to go can either steal from them or go take from the pile, and then it keeps going around like that.
Okay.
Until basically all the presents are
open, yeah.
If somebody comes and steals from you, then you can either steal one from somebody. You can't steal the one that was just stolen back.
Right.
But you can go and steal one from somebody else, or you can go take one from the pile. Like it's kind of a like I think it's such a neat idea. How did I get on that?
I don't know, but I've never heard it called that. And I've only ever seen the version where it's you go pick a present, you open it, and then it's like, I want to keep it or I don't, but then the person has kind of the same idea.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So that's where you play that version where you open it and if it's something good, everybody's gonna come and steal it from you, right? I like the version where you don't unwrap it and people are just like, you don't find out till the very end that you got like oven mitts or something.
Right.
No, the whole point, I was just trying to say that for like office, the putting a price limit on it is like an office, like a white elephant Christmas, where you're just like, hey, like $20 gift.
Right.
Yeah, no, we don't have to put a price limit on it.
Yeah, I'm super down.
Because we're just going to get something stupid for you.
That's a great idea. I really am down.
Yeah, why not? Because I think it'd be, shopping right now is a nightmare, but.
Not ordering online, it ain't.
That's true. But we don't want to support Jeffrey Bezos.
No, it's true. But I mean, like, you can order from other places too.
It's very true. So the other thing that I had, there was a video that came out last week, I want to say.
Okay.
I think it was last week. But anyway, because, so Connor McDavid and his girlfriend, Lauren, took everybody on
a house tour.
On a house tour. Did you see it?
I did, yeah.
Did you? Okay, perfect. I'm so glad you watched this because this is...
It was everywhere.
Yeah, well, yeah, because they finally there had been a couple.
Connor McDavid.
Yeah, so they finally did their Architecture Digest article, which everybody had been waiting for, because there had been a few photos of their house released, like unofficial photos of their house released.
Yeah,
but now we got the actual tour. Did you like the house?
It's very much a hockey player's house.
It's very much not a hockey player's house in my opinion. It's very much like it's way...
I don't really know where they all live, so maybe that's a large statement on my behalf.
No, that's fair.
It's a person with money's house. I'll put it that way.
It is definitely $100 million player's house. Sure, I'll give you that. It's very much, it's his girlfriend's house.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Because she designed it all. He just kind of looks like he's just like, I live here.
I like those pillows.
Like, if it was me, my house would look
Oh my God, my house would look so different.
So what I wanted to ask
This
you.
is the wall with all my Ghostbusters stuff. This is my fancy blanket. This is my uncle's couch. You're living in $100,000. No, like a $100 million house.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, these are my figurines. Sorry.
Like I'd have it. Well, it wouldn't even be. This is
like
my
a giant.
This wouldn't
room.
be my Ghostbusters wall.
No,
it would
like
be
your
my
Ghostbusters room. Yeah,
which
yeah.
I'm gonna have in my own house soon anyway, because I'm gonna get my basement developed and turn. I want to turn a room, or I want to turn my office downstairs in my house, which hasn't been built yet, essentially into like a small video store / collectibles store or whatever.
Yeah.
I use the store, like I want it to feel like I live in like kind of a small town video store / antique store. But anyway, I wanted to ask you, if you were to build your dream house, what is something that you'd want? Like, what is something you'd want in that house that you wouldn't be able to like?
Okay, I already know.
Money's no object.
Yeah, I already know.
Okay.
It would be filled with secret passages and rooms. Filled. I love the watch. I love the grandfather clock door.
So you want to live in the house from Clue?
I want there to be, and I want there to be like secret rooms with like, not necessarily like cameras or anything, but like this one's like a cool, I don't know, like this is where my chill room is. This is where my movie room is. This is where my.
So you want to live in the ultimate hide and seek house?
Yes, 1,000,000%.
Okay, that sounds incredible.
Yeah. That's definitely something. That's something that I think about on the day. When I think about like if I had a lot of money, what would separate me from someone else with a lot of money?
Yeah.
Well, you know,
no, totally.
But
that's
how about you?
Really good answer.
Thanks.
That is a really good answer, and not something I ever would have thought of.
Okay.
And I like, so you want like passages to like connect to each other, so you can go from like a backdoor entrance from like the theater to like the kitchen.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's unreal. That's such a good idea. Okay, I want my answer to be the same as his.
No. I want to know what your answer is.
I want if money were no object, I would want an indoor theater with seating for at least 20.
Oh,
like
yes.
I'm talking like I want a massive, beautiful red velvet wall, like really, really like stately movie theater with like
that would be amazing.
Unreal like movie theater quality projection.
Yeah.
A full on concession.
Yeah.
All the lights, all the marquee, everything. I want, like, if my house was as big as our studio room, like if this was like, you know how like you see those images where they're like, some guys want like, this is my house and this is my garage.
Right.
Like you see those? Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be, this is my house. This is my theater. I also, part of me also wants to have like my own like acreage so that I can have a section of trees off, just like kind of where you drive off, and in those trees I have my own drive-in theater.
Rad.
Like
Super
full
cool.
on full-size drive-in theater, kind of hidden away in the woods, so that I could invite people over to like drive over, drive into my drive-in theater and like show movies.
That's so rad.
With a cassette. Like everything,
so cool.
Everything revolves around movies when it comes to that. I also
the movie house.
I also think it would be fun, like, on the same property.
Yeah.
To just kind of tucked in behind the house, build my own brick and mortar, essentially replica Blockbuster.
Ah.
Right? Where like I'm talking like, you know how like a freestanding Blockbuster that's brick and mortar. I would love to build my own.
Yeah.
That you can go in.
Yeah.
And it's got like, it's just like a full-on video store. I would love to. I think that'd be so cool.
I still remember how Blockbuster used to smell.
Same. Did you ever work there?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I worked there for 3 years when I was in high school. I basically worked there from grade 9 junior high to grade 10, 11 high school.
Wow.
Yeah. I worked there a lot.
I didn't work there very long. I got fired
for
not coming into work.
Fair. I mean, when you're that young, oh man, I got fired from jobs too.
Oh, I got fired from so many.
Being like,
jobs.
oh, cool, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go do acid instead. So.
Fair
But
enough.
I mean, you just when you're that age, right? But I loved Blockbuster because I game, and so I would always get the early release on all the new games, and obviously
N64
movies.
or PlayStation?
I was PlayStation, and I had a Super NES, but obviously you couldn't get games for it then. That had already been out for a while. But yeah, I was definitely a PlayStation 1 and 2. Then I went to Xbox. And then I was Xbox for 360. I bought I red ringed 4 360 consoles.
That's why you bought a PS4.
Then I went to PS4.
That makes sense.
I was like, I got to switch.
But yeah, that's what I would have.
That's cool, dude. I really love that. I love the idea of the drive-in movie theater. I think that's so cool. That would be such a rad thing to do with your friends even.
It's funny because like, yeah, when I think about that stuff, it's like all of it in my head is geared towards like, how can I have as many people over? Because I want to build like a small theater in my house, like a small little like home theater in my house now, but I would only have room, I think, for 6.
Where would you put it? Downstairs?
Yeah, in the basement.
Okay.
Yeah, in the basement. But I'd have room for, I think, only 6 seats. I think it'd be rad if I had like room for like 20 or 30.
Yeah.
Because then it'd be like, everybody come over and like, let's all watch. And it just like whatever movie we want to watch.
Yeah, amazing.
You know, like it'd be
so rad. Now I want to be rich. Thanks.
I know. Oh, it'd be so
win that lotto.
Yeah, I know. It'd be so honestly, it'd be so cool to just like all these like stupid little, just like these stupid little things that you just want to do. You know what I mean? Because then it's like, last Blockbuster in Bend, Oregon. Well, buddy, I opened my own Blockbuster. That
or you're like, buddy, I just bought that. I'm putting it on a truck and I'm bringing it here.
Yeah.
You buy the last Blockbuster and just put it in your plate. You could afford it. You could afford to buy it, pick it up, and transfer it if you're
if
that
I had
rich.
that kind of money, yeah, I would.
You'd be like, this is like a legit Blockbuster.
Yeah.
But
yeah, no, it's funny like seeing just seeing Connor McDavid's house kind of sparked that for me where I was like, I'm interested to know like what you would want to, because their house is really nice, but it looks like a museum.
Yeah, and the other thing about the house I kept thinking was I was like, this is no personality. Do you know what I mean? It's so are all the colors good? Yes. Does this go with this? And does this match? Yes. But to me, that doesn't reek of personality. When I come over to your house, I'm like, oh, this is like your house. This is filled with things of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's personality. If you come over to my house, then you know instantly you're in my house. Like it's very, I have my own kind of design idea. It may not be for everybody, but there's no personality in that
I just
design.
don't think Connor cares. Because all he cares about is winning at hockey games.
I would say he doesn't care.
I don't think he cares at all. And I think it's strictly his girlfriend cared.
Sure.
And wanted to design it that way. I wouldn't say it's no personality. I would just say that it's like her personality is very like modern and clean cut.
Trendy.
Yeah, very trendy. So yeah, the whole house is very like black and white. And like, there's no sports memorabilia there. Like, you wouldn't even know that Connor McDavid lived there.
Right. Not a jersey.
One of the greatest hockey players to ever play the game. You would never know that he even lived in that house.
Maybe in his office, he can hang that up.
No, I don't. She's not letting him hang up any sports memorabilia, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, dog.
Ridiculous. Yeah, that's all I have for this week. What do you got?
I just got 2 last things. These will be quick and easy.
Okay.
CBC has officially canceled these words from its channel and programming.
Sorry, say all of that again.
Are you ready?
Yeah, sorry, my wife's texting me.
Krista?
Yeah, I know.
She's doing stuff.
Well, no, she's on the road right now, and I'm just making sure that she's not
on the road?
Well, yeah, she had to come downtown today.
Oh.
Of all the days that she had to come downtown, it had to be today.
Oh, Krista.
So I called her when I was on the way here. I was like, hey, just so you know, traffic is bumper to bumper.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
No, it's all good.
I'm listening.
The CBC
Yes.
has officially canceled these words from its channel and programming.
Well,
so I'm going to go through the words.
Okay.
I'm going to say them because I ain't afraid. We're
Okay.
not the CBC.
Okay.
So we're going to get your thoughts on them. Okay?
Are we going to get canceled?
No. Well, maybe.
Okay.
So the first one's ghetto.
Okay.
The second one's to sell someone down the river.
Okay.
The third one is blackmail.
Really?
Fourth one's savage.
Okay.
Fifth one's brainstorm.
Okay. Wait, what?
Gypped. Powwow. Spooky. tribe,
Spooky?
spooky, tribe, crippled, blind spot, black sheep, blindsided, first world problem, spirit animal, lame, grandfathered in, and tone deaf.
Okay.
Thoughts?
I don't know. I have no thoughts on that.
Fair?
I'll be honest. Because they have their reasons,
Sure.
and I mean some of those I don't understand.
Yeah.
Some I do.
Sure.
Some I completely
But
get.
The other thing about that, and with those words that we're thinking of, is meaning.
Yeah.
So it can a word. That's the thing about the English language. And I'm not arguing. I don't want to argue with anybody in the world. Just my thought is that words can, and I'm not saying these particular words, but just
Words and
words in
phrases.
general
Yeah.
can be used in different ways with different meaning.
Right.
So I get some of these, but some of these I don't get. And I feel like,
I feel like where they're coming from, it all has to do with where the terms and phrases originated from.
gypped.
I don't know where it originated, so I don't know.
But like, anyways, so I just thought that was interesting.
Blindsided is an interesting one too. Like that one,
Grandfathered in?
yeah, grandfathered in. That one doesn't really. I don't know.
Who are we offending with that? Grandfathers?
Yeah,
Ins?
I don't know.
But how, like, if these words are mysterious to us in the fact that they've been canceled to a certain degree, like, how am I going to keep up? So, anyways, it just gets to be a lot.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't know. That I don't think the CBC is saying that you can't say them anymore. They're just saying that they're not going to say them on their programming anymore. That's fine. I mean, that doesn't affect me. That doesn't affect you.
No.
I have a feeling there's probably people out there that would be like, that's bullshit. And like, this is so dumb. Why are they doing, when it's like, really, if you really break it down, the CBC not saying any of those words or phrases has no bearing on your life, because it doesn't affect you saying them. If you would like to say grandfathered in, go for it.
Oyster, yeah.
Like, oh, I was grandfathered in on my contract with my phone company.
Man, my new car deal sure gypped me. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways,
I kind of want to. Can you send me the list? Because now I kind of want to.
I was just deleting it. It's all good. It's all good.
No, it's fine. I can Google it. I'm just interested now because now I kind of want to research the origins of those.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I want to research like where those terms and phrases came from.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I get that.
A million percent. Being sold down the river? 100%.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
There's absolutely stuff in there that like...
Ghetto, okay.
Yep.
Spooky, sure.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, just some of them I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, and the last thing I wanted to say was Skip did its year in review for Alberta, and I thought this would be interesting.
Skip the dishes?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they basically
shout out to Skip the Dishes.
Hey, I've seen lots of you this year. I think we all have. I'll just go through this quick. Skip did
this
its year
episode
review.
is brought to you by Skip the Dishes year-end review. Also, Spotify's Wrapped.
Yeah,
also, Liquid Death. Even though I don't have Liquid Death and Oreo. This episode is brought to you by Oreo and sour cream, apple. No, go on.
608,938 tacos were delivered.
608,000 tacos?
Yeah.
In 2021?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. We're still under a pandemic. That makes sense.
646,931 sushi rolls delivered.
Okay.
So we liking our sushi in Alberta.
Which is funny because we don't have that good of sushi.
No.
We have decent sushi in Alberta. We don't have great sushi.
No
like
West
Vancouver.
Coast. Yeah, no West Coast. Oof. Okay, so these I'm going to ask you, these two, is for you to guess. The most frequent ordered how many times in the last year?
Are we talking about one individual?
One individual.
Are you about to tell me it's me? Be like,
Lincoln
dude,
Constable.
Be
And
like,
then
dude,
confetti drops and balloons drop.
Like, you ordered 1 million times this year. And I'd be like, what is happening?
They're like, your next order's free.
Woo! That'd be like, finally, I got a free one.
I don't got to use my points.
Sorry.
So most frequent orderer, how many times do you think, how many times do you think this person ordered?
Oh my God. There's 365 days in a year.
Yep.
I'm assuming that it's more than 365. Even if they were doing it twice a day, that's still 730 times. I mean, are we looking at like 1,000? Okay, my guess is going to be, my guess is 1,100.
Okay. You're really close.
Sweet.
Yeah, 12, simple 16. Math.
Wow.
12, almost 3 times a day.
Dude,
every day.
That's, do you realize with Price is Right rules, I win?
Oh, dude.
Ding, 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 ding.
So close. You're closer than I would have gotten.
What would you have guessed?
I would have said 800 max.
Okay, so just shy of 2 times a day.
Yeah, I would be hard pressed to think. I can't.
Oh, no,
think
that's
in my
over
brain.
2 times a day.
I can't think in my brain even ordering twice. Well, maybe sometimes, but not every day.
No, I definitely have ordered twice in a day.
But not regularly.
Well, you're looking at, just doing some quick, simple math here.
Yeah.
Because I banged it out of the park with 730. I think I did at least. 365 times 2. Yep, 730. Woo! Simple math. Okay, what did you say? It's 1,200? 16 divided by 365. That's 3.3 times a day that they ordered for.
So some days more than 3.
In Canada.
In Alberta.
Sorry, in Alberta.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is Alberta.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So the next one is most expensive order in Alberta.
Okay. Okay.
So I have 2. I have one in Alberta and then one total for Canada.
Does Fort McMurray have Skip the Dishes? I don't think it did.
Oh, for sure.
No, I don't think it did.
Oh, really?
Well, maybe they have it now. They didn't when we were up there.
Oh, no. That's fair. They probably do now.
Okay. Sorry. The most expensive
order in Alberta.
Alberta-wide.
This past year.
I mean, $3,000.
Okay.
$3,000.
You're pretty high. This one was $866.65. How about most expensive order in Canada?
Did it say what it was for?
No. Oh, yeah, it does say. Yeah.
What was it for?
It was an Asian order. It was like sticky rice.
Because the way I'm looking at it, I could see like a company.
Oh, sure.
You know how like sometimes we order
they're
like
going to cater out. Yeah.
For our office.
Yeah.
Like I could see that. That's why I was like $3,000 because maybe they were ordering for
totally. Yeah.
Okay, so $860. All right.
The largest one in Canada was in Toronto. That was $1,552.
Okay.
So yeah, you're right. That could be just one order. And then favorite convenience store items ordered from Alberta.
Slurpee.
Yeah, Slurpee was 1.
Chips.
Nope. Taquitos was 2.
Oh, okay.
Ice cream was 3.
Okay.
Yeah. Pretty normal there. Top 3 ordered items in Alberta.
Pizza?
No.
What?
That's what I would have said. I would have said that too.
Okay, don't tell me.
Okay, I won't tell you.
Top 3 ordered items in Alberta.
Yeah.
Pizza's not one of them.
Not one of them.
Burger.
Yeah, that's the second one.
Burger's number 2.
Yeah.
I'm up Donair.
No.
What? Okay, hold on. Pizza and Donair are not on there. Burger's number 2.
Yeah.
Tacos?
Nope.
Really?
Yeah, number 1 I wouldn't get, and I don't think you will.
Is sushi on the list?
No.
Greek.
Nope.
Okay, well, tell me. I got
right?
I got number 2. What is,
I know, right?
So tell me 3.
So 3 is fries. You're telling me that you're ordering just fries? Hello, Skip. Can you go give me a large fries?
It kind of makes sense. No, I think they're combining
you get burgers and fries.
Yeah, like if you're ordering burgers, you're typically getting fries. So that's probably how.
Dumb.
Like it's like, okay, I'm sorry, Dreisaitl's on McDavid's left wing. Of course, he's going to get an assist because he's going to like saucer pass it to McDavid, who's going to score.
This back to hockey.
I know, I do every time.
Dude,
Dreisaitl's going to get all the apples, aka fries, because he's giving McDavid the burger. Anyway, so fries is number 3. That doesn't surprise me at all. Number 1 is
chicken sandwich.
Where is Tone here?
Right?
Chicken sandwich.
Chicken Sammy.
It doesn't have a specific one. It's just like the
chicken
top.
sandwich, baby.
Really?
That was the number 1 most ordered thing this last year.
So that means
and Skip.
That means Popeyes hit Skip the Dishes, and everybody was like, "Chicken sandwich, please."
I guess so.
In Alberta.
In Alberts.
Yeah. Okay. So that actually makes sense. That means that Popeyes. Yeah, we opened Popeyes.
Well, KFC has them too, and I mean a lot of other places have chicken sandwiches too.
I'm just making a joke.
Oh, I'm sorry. Keep going.
That is your Spotify Wrapped version of Skip the Dishes
you have Spotify?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
So I did my Spotify
Yeah,
Wrapped.
you never posted it.
Yeah, I don't because I'm not an asshole.
But you didn't
I'm
post
not an
it.
asshole. I don't
post
need
it.
Listen, I don't need to post it because I'm not an asshole.
I want to know what you're listening
You know what's
to.
really funny? So Krista she didn't even have Apple Music. She didn't have any streaming services. She listens to one artist.
Really?
99% of it. Just listen.
Yeah, I'm listening.
She only had iTunes because she just went and bought the albums on iTunes.
Okay.
And I was like, then Spotify gave you the option to add a family member for like $2 extra. And I said, look, I'm going to give you Spotify for $2.
Look, I'm going to help you out here.
I'm going to help you out. Then you can listen to like whatever you want. You can listen to everybody. You can listen to anything you want.
Yeah, World Oyster.
So I give her Spotify. What does she do? She only listens to one artist. And then we get to the end of the year and everybody's getting their Spotify Wrapped and all this stuff. And she messaged me. She was like, how do you get your Spotify Wrapped? And I was like, I don't know. It should be on your main page. She's like, mine doesn't say Spotify Wrapped. And I was like, what do you mean? She was like, I don't have a Wrapped thing. And I like sent her a screenshot of my Spotify.
Did she just get it? Or has she had it for like the last year?
She said she got it last year. She said she got a Spotify. So
she's had it. I thought maybe if she
No. She said she got a Spotify Wrapped last year.
Oh,
she
so
didn't
she's had it for a while.
Yeah.
Okay,
so she's like had it for all of 2021.
Okay.
And I was like, I don't know what to tell you. And I'm like, it's probably because you listened to one artist all year and they have no data to give you a Spotify Wrapped. Because it's going to be like your top 5 artists are going to be the same person.
Right. And then they're just like, well, we're not going to.
And they're going to be, what they're going to do is they're going to cancel your subscription for being an absolute like maniac and like obsessive creep.
Call the police on you.
Yeah, they're gonna call the police on you. So anyway, she was
FBI.
she was very upset that she didn't. She was like, I wanted to post my Spotify.
But I want
Wrapped.
to know what my most popular Taylor Swift song was.
I want to know what she wanted to know. She's like, I want to know how many hours I listened to
Too many
Taylor
hours.
Swift
That's
this
why
year.
they
And I
tell
was,
you.
yeah, because guess what? I get up this morning and I'm like, okay, I gotta go shower. Who's in the bathroom listening to Taylor Swift again?
Oh my God.
Every morning. This episode brought to you by Tay Tay.
Tay Swift.
No, but honestly,
I'm just trying to think. I love music a lot, just like most people too. And I know you and I bond on music a lot of the time because we have similar tastes in some music. And I constantly have music playing at home. Like if I'm cooking, music's playing. If I'm in the shower, music's playing. If I'm cleaning, music's playing. Like so anytime I'm not watching TV, music's playing. And I like music from all different kinds and like different genres and times and blah, blah, blah and all that. There is no one artist that I could listen to that much. There isn't. There's no one. And I love a lot of artists. I just don't think I could. That's like eating the same thing every day. I just don't think I could do it.
No.
I just think, yeah, your wife has a superpower.
I know.
It's great. I don't know how she does it.
I don't know how she does it either. It's because we're going on like all few years now.
Yeah.
And she's like, it's
it's all good.
That's why you didn't get a spot. She's gonna watch this and she's gonna be like, I want my Spotify. But no, that's why
she's like waiting for the email response from their help team. Where is my Spotify Wrapped? I ordered extra pickles on this. Do you even know who I am? She's like sending them screenshots of her TikTok. Do you know the weight I pull?
Do you know who I am? Where is my Spotify rap?
They're like, I'm sorry, man. We don't have pickles here.
I'm sorry. You're attached to a family account and you don't even pay full price for your account. You can look to your husband's Spotify Wrapped for.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, my top artist was Kanye because I listened to
you
a
told
lot of Kanye this year.
Totally fair though.
With like Donda coming out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's funny because like I listened to more podcasts this year. Not on Spotify. I listened on Apple Podcasts.
Yeah.
Subscribe to our podcast on Apple Podcasts as well. But I listened to more, because I did a lot of driving, so I was listening to more podcasts. So when it came down to it in my Spotify Wrapped, I only listened to 26,000 minutes of music.
Not
this
that
year.
much. Yeah.
No, because I had friends that posted theirs and they were like,
my God.
one friend posted, she was at like 69,000.
Yeah. I've seen some pretty crazy.
Nice. 69,000 minutes of music for the year. And I was like, okay, I'm like McConaughey and Wolf of Wall Street. Like those are rookie numbers. You got to get those numbers up.
Totally.
I love that movie so much.
Oh, it's great.
But let's wrap this up because December, we are now.
It's like December 6th.
It's December. It's the first one of December technically, but it's the second one where I'm wearing another Christmas sweater.
Yeah.
And you are just I'm Giant cranberry. I love Christmas. Krista, we finally set up Christmas decorations at the house. We have the tree set up. I'm actually kind of sad because I don't think my family's coming this year. Like we asked them and then they're like, yeah, we have plans here in town. So I don't think they're going to come. But I talked to a buddy of mine to see like if he's going to come down for at least one day from Edmonton or whatever. And if not, I might go up to Edmonton, go visit him for a day or two. So I'm not that sad.
Do you do lights on the outside? Is that something you do?
Not yet. I want to get permanent LED lights installed
so that on the newer houses.
Yeah, so I don't have to do it
super rad
every year, and then I can control from my phone what it looks like. Year round, I can do like on Canada Day, I can do red and white.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
Yeah,
it's super
so
cool.
It's expensive, so that's why I haven't done it yet. But eventually I want to do that.
Cool
so
idea.
If anybody wants to sponsor the podcast and
hook us up with some lights, yo,
do an ad for you, my house could use some lights. My house could use some lights. But anyway, let's cut it off for now. This is episode 10, by the way.
Yes, 10.
I forgot to mention that earlier. This is episode 10. So we've done 10 weeks.
Guessed when I wrote it on the thing.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I was like, I think we're at 10.
Yeah, we're at 10.
We're at 10. Okay.
Yeah, last week was 9. So yeah, we're at 10 and 10 weeks, 10 more weeks of us will be the end of February-ish. Mm-hmm. And we'll see where we're at from there. Yeah, but thank you very much for listening. Make sure you subscribe on Apple, subscribe on YouTube. We're actually over 1,000 subscribers on YouTube now, which is great and continuously growing. Subscribe on Spotify, Amazon, wherever you get your podcasts. It's ironic that I'm telling you to do that on the podcast, but I love a little bit of irony in my life. So for this episode of the MP Podcast, I'm Lincoln.
I'm Ava.
We'll catch you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.